If you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and also the little bell icon so you can be alerted each and every time we make a new video. Hey everybody, Ira Miller with Homes Around the Village's YouTube channel, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the market, of what's going on in the real estate market today. Today is May 24th, I believe, so 2022. And I'm seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the market. And so that's kind of a good thing. I see inventory starting to go up. That's good for buyers because from a buyer's perspective, the more inventory, the better, the more homes to choose from. And also, not only that, but prices are probably going to stabilize. So that's kind of what happens in a market where you have different inventory. There's still some shortages in the construction industry, which kind of keeps those prices up because as there's a shortage, you know, there's always going to be the higher level of prices in building material. So that's what's going to kind of keep housing prices. So a lot of people are saying, do you really see a crash in prices, kind of like what happened back in 2007, 2008, 2009? We all saw that market where it headed down, but that was a totally different market than what it is today. So back then, bunch of investors bought a bunch of homes, were flipping homes left and right, and then you know, banks were loaning 125% of the value of a home, so investors can come in there and get money to renovate these homes and then flip these homes. So it was just a wild, wild west back then. That's not the way it is today. So banks have learned from their mistakes. And you don't see that. What's happening today is lack of inventory. So builders can't build fast enough for the need. A lot of people are coming to Florida, coming to this area. So, you know, there's going to be there's a building material shortage. It is what it is. So it's supply and demand. If there's a lack of supply and a greater demand, then prices are going to go higher. And so that's what's going to pretty much keep the resale market buoyed up. But we'll see what happens, you know, if inventory keeps going up because people have stopped buying homes, then you know what, there's a breaking point where now people are going to start getting competitive and somebody's going to lower their price and then the next person is going to, so they're going to have that leapfrog type effect of people trying to get their houses sold as the inventory goes up. So we'll just have to see where that goes. And then, but there is a trend, or I should say a trend of inventory, resale, pre-owned home inventory starting to go back up. And again, I think a lot of that has to do with a couple factors. Number one, what we're seeing is interest rates going up. A lot of my buyers who I'm probably talking to right now are cash buyers. So, you know, interest rates don't affect those people who are cash buyers, which is good because I would say about 75% of all my sales, 75 to 80% of all my sales today are cash buyers. So we don't have to worry too much about interest rates. So that's what kind of keeps the market kind of shored up. As far as that goes. But the stock market, that's another one. A lot of people have their money tied up in the stock market. And so whether you're still in the market or not, and you're a little afraid of removing your investments or selling off securities or stocks or whatever you have your money tied up in, I would say that it's probably not too late to go ahead and liquidate and still buy. But if the market really, you know, starts heading south, and I think if it goes under 30,000, you're going to see a lot of people putting the brakes on and kind of freezing in place because, they want to see where it's going. But we've enjoyed a relatively strong stock market up till now, but everything that's going on in the country today, I think, is affecting that stock market. And from my perspective, I feel like, we're going to see more of the same with a downward trend in that stock market. So all of those factors are kind of being put together with whether or not people are still interested in buying a home. We are in Florida. A lot of people, want to come to Florida because what we kind of like to, tout that we have a lot more freedom here in Florida than they do elsewhere in other states. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was a little bit about what I call a transfer of equity. What does a transfer of equity mean? A transfer of equity, from my perspective, being in real estate for over 22 years now, I have seen so much in the villages, and I kind of use the villages as a reference range because and working with people for all those years in the villages, I see a lot of people tell me, oh, I wish I would have bought years ago when the market was down and prices were down. And I get that. But here's the one thing people do not put into perspective. Okay, if you would have bought, say, 2 years ago, and prices were a lot lower 2 years ago than they are today, right? You're probably saying, yeah, I wish I would have bought 2 years ago. Or even, as early as last year, you're probably wishing you would have jumped on because prices are about $100,000 more than what they were last year. But there is that transfer of equity. So what does that mean? It means most people who are moving to Florida have a home to sell, right? So obviously your home is going to be worth more today than it was last year as well. So keep that in mind. If you would have sold your home last year, you would have got this much money and bought at this level. But prices are up here today, and if you still have a home to sell, now you're up here. You still have that transfer of equity going on, and so I don't want everybody to fret about, I wish I would have bought, years ago or last year or whatever, because most people I work with, they do have a home to sell. I don't know many people who sold last year and are renting and then are going to buy. Most of the people I know still have a home to sell or are going to sell. So let's go back to what the market is doing today, right? So keep that transfer of equity in mind, because if the market goes down and your home that you're living in now is worth less, potentially homes are the homes that you're going to buy is worth less as well, because it's all based on inventory in the marketplace. So just keep that perspective, if you will, and just remember, there's always that transfer of equity. Now, what I'll tell you is if you're looking to move down here to Florida, you're probably going to want to go ahead and put your home on the market sooner than later, because honestly, all the trends that I see, historically, when you see interest rates going up, you see the stock market going down. Those are not very good indicators of, they're good indicators, but it's not good news, because I really see the market the real estate market continuing to kind of take that slide. And who knows whether it's just going to fall off the edge or, and you know, look, if people, like I said, if people stop buying today and inventory starts going way up, then the ones who have to sell are going to go ahead and sell. And if there's a lot of people trying to sell, then there's a competition going on, and then that's when prices are going to start coming down. Even if lumber prices and building material prices continue to be scarce, you know, if people stop buying and there's that inventory, regardless of whether the the building material shortage is going on, I think you're going to see prices start to fall. So again, if I were you and you're looking to sell and then buy down here, I'd probably do so sooner than later. All right, so don't like to really make too many predictions. I made one prediction last year and I said, looks like inventory is going up, and then it went right back down. But all the trends that I see that are related to the real estate market, it really looks like the writing's on the wall, with inflation coming, with gas prices still going upwards. You know, a lot of people are going to really start hurting, and a lot of people might stop buying homes right now just to see what happens, or wait for things to turn around in this country. So anyways, there you go. There's your market report, and that's kind of what I see coming. And if you have any questions, again, you could always call, text, email. All those numbers are right there on our YouTube page. All right, so I want to thank you so much for watching this market report, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a subscriber, and the little bell icon, so each and every time I make a new video, you'll be notified that we've put a new video out there for you. All right, so thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.